Too much media.
Tune in to Too Much Media.
Hey guys, welcome back. Let's get into it because I have something on my mind. But one thing I was thinking about is like, what do you attract? Like, what I feel like that is something important to kind of figure out in life, of knowing like what type of things easily come to you, like what type of things happen to you that for you is normal, but for other people is really different, because everyone has different stuff. Like everyone has certain things that happen to them that for them it's like, yeah, that always happens to me, versus for other people it's like, whoa, I never even knew that can happen to people, let alone you're saying it's happened to you multiple times. Because like what I was thinking about was like, what type of people do I attract? Like it was just something I was like trying to figure out so I could know, you know, for example, where this channel is headed, of like what type of people do I think would be able to like kind of sit around and really just listen to me yap for extended periods of time and actually enjoy it. And like, what does their mind have to think about on a consistent basis in order to think that what I'm saying is interesting? And for me, I feel like a good way to like figure that out would be like to think back of like in the past when I was able to like, you know, attract people to be interested in socializing with me. What would I say is like kind of the common denominator between all of those people? And when I think about it, I'm like, okay, for me, what I think the common denominator is like, I feel like, for example, like I don't think you can be like dumb. Like I don't think you can be slow and follow my train of thought. Like I think you have to have like a level of like quick thinking and a level of like what's it called, your own background intellect that you can add to my points that you know I didn't say but apply. Like if you can't apply your own background like information to things that you hear me say, then you definitely would never be able to kind of just sit around and listen to me talk for an extended period of time. Like it wouldn't interest you because you need more context than what I give. And I feel like that I speak very poignantly, but quite vaguely at the same time. So it's like, if you can't like add in your own like kind of context in order to make what I say more interesting to you, you might get a little bit bored with listening to me, because it's like, I'm not always gonna give you like the tea or the special story or like the, oh yeah, this was happened bar for bar, you know, because for example, I don't feel like I'm really good at retaining things like that. Like as soon as I hear information, I immediately start filtering it. And I believe that filtering process that I do constantly is what makes it that I'm not that good at remembering like information where I can recite what happened to you like as it went exactly perfectly. I'm better at reciting to you what the moment felt like, what the takeaways were, and what everyone's intentions were, like things like that. Like I can give you the overall understanding of what just happened, but I'm not going to be able to remember like dialogue wise what was going on and tell you, oh yeah, and then she said this and then she said that. Like those really important ones I'm gonna remember, but like the in-between like moments of pause and things of that nature, like I'm just gonna skip over that information, because I assume that you have the type of brain that can fill those things in for yourself. So the information that I'm filtering in is more information that you absolutely need in order to get the point, but you are supposed to add in all the other points that, like, you know, I don't say the quiet part out loud. You know how everyone's like, oop, you just said the quiet part out loud? Yeah, I like the quiet. Let's be more quiet. Like, but Oh my goodness. But what I was trying to get back to is like, what type of person would be able to listen to that and want to understand, what I mean when I mean, but like also kind of just like want to understand the deeper point that I'm making, not like all the little details that at the end of the day don't really matter. It's just like detail, but at the end of the day, I'm actually learning in the very hard way, details matter. Details matter so much, and it's like to the point where it's the difference between like a reaction and no reaction. Regardless of what the reaction is, there's been a reaction, so there's something to talk about. No reaction doesn't exist. So if no reaction doesn't exist, then only reaction matters, because only reaction is able to matter because it exists. So it's like details is really key. But I think what the issue is not that I'm not focused on the details. It's that we have a disagreement about where the details lie, Because a lot of times I'll be telling sometimes things where it's like, you might want to know like the dialogue, every single word, or you might want to know like, what were the certain circumstances going on in the situation. But like, it's just like, that's not where I agree the information matters. Like, I feel as though this is the information that matters. So you need to focus on what I'm telling you. And it's like, if you're not able to get why I'm saying what information I'm telling you is what matters to me, and then filter in the other information as you please, because you have the intellect to figure that out for yourself, then you won't be able to listen to this. Oh my goodness. I'm like, is this some sort of Hispanic holiday? Because they've been really partying in my area. Like, the Hispanics been going crazy. And I'm like, what's going on today? Like, I don't know. But, yeah, like, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, I feel like I need people who are, like, able to hear something I didn't hear in what I said. Like, people who are able to add in context about information that I didn't know I needed. Because, like, that's low-key the point of this, too. It's like, what does somebody else know that I don't? But also, what if I accidentally not know something that someone else doesn't know? And they need to know, but what if the way I say what someone else needs to know is the perfect way for it to finally be able to grasp them that, like, if I hadn't said, they would have never got. Like, it's not about, like, whether I'm the one relaying this information, because the information is everywhere. But it's like, what if the way I said it was the way that they were finally going to get it, and every other way that it was laid out it could never get through to them, So it's like also that type of thing of, like, I feel like in the past, and in order to get to that point of, like, knowing, how to get to those type of people, I'm like, in the past, what type of people easily come to you? And I feel like the people that easily come to me are people who kind of think similarly to, like, I guess what my train of thought has been going on to say in these last minutes. It's like the type of people who think about something to that level of nuance, the type of people who want to take the time to just nuance things, not for the need for nuance, but for the fun of knowing nuance exists, I guess. It's like, that's the entertaining part, and they feel that too. So it's like, they need that, extra step. And yeah, like that's where like I feel my best relationships lie, is like with people who will take that time and think that way and stuff. And because that's how I feel about the people who I attract, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna have to be the people I attract on here as well. And then the more I think about them, I'm like, okay, that's actually lit though. Like if I really did attract a group of people like that, I really do feel like I would be happy with that. Like that would be fine with me. Like, and then it like gives me more of a understanding of what I'm allowed to talk about, because it's like, okay, that means I'm allowed to say, you know, even this train of thought that I have here too. It's like, you don't have to only do, you know, this one certain thing. You can like take it to this level or that level, because if someone was able to take, like, if you're looking at the type of people you attract, like it would be ones who would just get that point right there or get that idea right there, and you can just kind of go. It's just like empty the clip, you know. And
attempting to get my attention. I don't like when you're acting too tempting. Relax, you don't need to be mentioned. You could be sent back at the entrance. I can tell you never seen the temptress. So cold, I decide what the temp is. I like when you talk cause you meant it. If I picked, I'm the one that I went with.